Islanders, Royal Caribbean's icon of the seas is ever closer to heading to Galveston, Texas. We will show you the next step in the process, what we have found on the show today. We're also going to share news from Carnival Cruise Line as they release even more itineraries in 2026 and 2027. And another country is charging a fee. They already have a fee in place. They're going to triple that fee for any cruise passenger who visits their country. We will share the fee. You'll be surprised how expensive it is, and we'll share our thoughts around it. We all need some time in the islands. Let's go there now on Island Time. Hey, big happy Wednesday to all you Islanders. We hope that you're having a great day. We are halfway through the week and we are spending it right here on Island Time. I am Derek, your host. Let's drop our anchors and take some time to relax in the islands together. That's exactly where we want to be. I have to give all of you Islanders a shout out at the top of the show. If you watched the show yesterday, we had an unboxing. We don't ever do that. But in the box were these hats, and so many of you left some positive feedback regarding the hat. I like it. We're going to give one or two away on our next live show, which will hopefully be on Sunday night. But I appreciate all of you for taking time to say, you know what, I like the hat. I would like one of those hats. We'll take care of that on the next live show. Let's jump right in to cruise news. That is why we are here. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been an Islander for a long time, welcome back. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to stay up to date in the latest in cruise news, cruise vlogs, ship tours, all of it. Be here, be a part of this community. Carnival Cruise Line has released even more itineraries into 2026 and 2027. We know that all cruise lines are working on these itineraries. It is a race to get them out because as soon as they are released, cruisers like you and me booked them. Carnival Cruise Line released some itineraries last week for those ships sailing out of Texas and other places. Today they said, it's your turn, Mobile, Alabama. It's your turn, Tampa, Florida. The Paradise is going to be in Tampa. She's been there already. The Legend is going to join her there in the winter months. The Spirit is headed back to Mobile, Alabama. Those sailings are open now. 2026 and 2027 sailings, most of them 6, 7, 8 day, but there are those longer Carnival Journeys cruises that you may want to look at, the repositioning cruises. If we can help in any way, Amanda and I would love to help you. It's free to have our advice. It's free to have us as travel advisors. Shoot us an email, travel@bookislandtime.com. Let's move to the next story here. The icon of the seas. I've said it for several months now with a big hint on last week's show that an icon class ship, the icon of the seas herself, would soon be headed to Galveston, Texas. And while we don't have anything official yet from Royal Caribbean, that's coming in the coming days, the coming weeks, it's coming. The next step, the next set of evidence of proof is already out there. And listen, I know some of you will be upset at this. I had a show last week that talked about someone getting mad at me for sharing something that was true. You can get mad at me if I share something that's not true. Don't get mad at me if I share something that's true. We're sharing cruise news here. That's what we do. And this is the next step, saying that the icon of the seas, an icon class ship, would head to Galveston, Texas. For a long time, we weren't sure which ship it would be in the class. It's looking ever more clear that it will be the icon of the seas. But a lot of you have been waiting for this. You've been hoping for this. Royal Caribbean invested in a $150 million terminal for this. And it looks like now that the icon of the seas will make her way to Galveston, Texas. How do we know that? Of course, we have relationships with port officials. I was just at the port the week before last where this was referenced. They said it's a worst kept secret in Galveston that the icon of the seas will be headed there. But there's something else. If you go to the Port of Galveston website, the official website of Galveston Wharves, this is not ran by Joe down the road. This is run by the port. And if you go to the parking section to act like you're going to book parking, they ask you a couple of questions, just as every port does. They ask you what ship you are sailing on, and they ask you your cruise date. I'm going to pull up a screenshot of these available ships, and we're going to play a game. I'm a fan of The Price is Right. I used to watch The Price is Right with my grandma and my grandpa years ago, and now I watch it from time to time with my kids. And there was a game on there, you could win a car. And they had a game on there where you had to pick your numbers. Do you think it's they start at a 5. Do you think the first number of the car is higher than a 5 or lower than a 5? And they would go throughout that process to get the price of the car. Then they would talk about the magic sound effects lady. And they'd say, almighty sound effects lady, do I have the first number right? And you would hear a horn if it was right. We're going to play that right here. I'm going to show you the ships that are currently selling out of Galveston, Texas, those that are planned to sell out of Galveston, those who maybe just finished a stint. And we're going to play a game with the magic sound effects lady. She's just over here. Yeah, she resides right over here. And every time we say a ship, we're going to hear if that ship is indeed sailing out of Galveston, because the Port of Galveston website, parking, would have the ships that are sailing out of Galveston. Every one of these ships is, or will sell out of Galveston. Let's play the game, shall we? The first ship you can see on the list is the Carnival Breeze. Is she selling out of Galveston? Yeah. Carnival Dream. Yep. Carnival Jubilee. Carnival Legend. Carnival Miracle. Disney Magic. Harmony of the Seas. Jewel of the Seas. Mariner of the Seas. The MSC Seascape. November 9th, 2025 group cruise. Book it if you haven't yet. Norwegian Escape. Norwegian Prima. Norwegian Viva. Regal Princess. Voyager of the Seas. Yeah, thank you. Magic sound effects lady. All those ships in this list are selling. Have sailed, is selling, or will sell out of Galveston. There's one more ship though on the list. You saw it. I passed over it. But let's go ahead. Let's try it. Royal Caribbean, Icon of the Seas. She's going to sell out of Galveston. The Port of Galveston, in getting this ready, me showing this to you, is showing us that Galveston Wharfs, the Port of Galveston, is getting all the infrastructure ready. Now, when you click on the Icon of the Seas, it wants you to select a cruise date. There's no dates populated yet. We'll see when the icon comes. But this is the Port of Galveston, getting ready, setting the infrastructure, getting the ship into the system, which is the next step to the ship coming to Galveston. We're excited about it. We will see exactly when the ship's going to come. I can share this with you. Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas is scheduled to sell out of Miami through Q1 of 2026. After April 2026, there's no more sailings out of Miami. We'll see. They may release more sailings out of Miami. The ship may come here in April or May of 2026, but the next step is in place, and we'll see what happens next. For those of you who say, you know what, this guy said this before, yeah, I'll show you this clip of me sharing this just last week. Just fine with it. And if you don't like the tea, I've already spilled some tea on yesterday's show. An Icon-class ship, maybe the Icon herself, is headed to Galveston, 2026. I guess you can mark this tape. Maybe we'll play this tape in a few months whenever they announce that an Icon-class ship, a.k.a. the Icon, is headed to Galveston. I don't know. Again, Galveston's worst-kept secret. We share those secrets on the show. The secrets that are out there that everyone's talking about, we share those. There are secrets. There are things that I've been told by port and cruise officials that I'm not sharing because they're not out there yet. I'll always share kind of what's out there, what's surfacing, what's secret, but the public kind of already knows. Are you excited about the Icon of the Seas coming to Galveston? Will you look at those itineraries? Will you look and see if you'll book it? Are you interested at all? Let us know in the comments section below. We are interested, and who knows, we may have a group cruise, that first sailing out of Galveston. Wouldn't that be fun? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below as Galveston continues to grow. I want to share one more cruise news story with you on the show today. This one will be quick, so hang on right here. I shared on the show yesterday, Cozumel, Mexico is implementing a new passenger fee, a fee that all of us will have to pay, $5 per person every time you visit Cozumel. We're not sure how this will be charged yet. We're not sure if it'll be charged to the cruise line, passed on to us. We're not sure if we will pay the fee when we get there. But there were a lot of questions about this. And a lot of islanders commented on the video yesterday and said, is this the norm? Are there other countries that do this? Yes, there are. Most of the time, the fee is very low, but sometimes that fee is high. And I wanted to share, there's another story in the news. I didn't just pull this out of nowhere. There's a story in the news. New Zealand is another country that charges a fee. And they implemented this fee not too long ago, but it was about $20 per person to visit New Zealand, which New Zealand is on the bucket list for a lot of people. It's an amazing place to visit. And a lot of passengers paid the fee and they went on with it. But cruise lines didn't like the fee. They didn't like letting passengers know through communication, you're going to have to pay this fee. Think about that, $20, family of four, $80 just to visit. And New Zealand actually saw a reduction in the number of cruise ships that called on New Zealand. The CLIA, Cruise Line International Association, does not like this fee. They're pleading with New Zealand because New Zealand now wants to increase the fee, almost triple the fee from around $20 to $62. $62 per passenger to visit New Zealand. No, we're not paying that. No, I'm not going to visit New Zealand. No, I'm probably not going to book a cruise that visits New Zealand, which means cruise lines are going to call on New Zealand less often. The CLIA shared this right here. While cruise tourism is at record levels internationally, New Zealand's destinations faced a 22% fall in cruise visitors. Cruise lines have been forced to reduce their deployments in New Zealand, which is now one of the most expensive destinations in the world for cruise operations. $62 per person is what New Zealand wants to charge. This would take place October the 1st of this year. $62 is unbelievable. Think about that for a family of four. $240 just to visit. That's before you pay for your excursion or anything else. I'm sorry, but if this goes into effect, I'm not going to New Zealand. But it really had me thinking about $60. Let's just say $60. Is there a port of call? Is there a destination that I would pay this fee of $60 to visit? There's not many of them. Think about places like Progreso, Mexico. Costa Maya, Mexico. I'm probably not paying $60 to go there. The Virgin Islands are great. St. Thomas, St. Martin, I may pay the $60. I may pay the $60 to go enjoy a beach. Maybe I don't spend as much money on my shore excursion because I spent $60 to go, so I maybe just take a cheap taxi to the beach, and I do that. Those islands in Greece, Santorini and Mykonos that Amanda and I just visited, it's worth $60. Trust me. But there's a lot of places, if the ship pulled up, even like to Cozumel, Mexico, which I love, Nassau, Bahamas, which I love, and they said, hey, you need to pay $60 as you exit the ship, I'm not sure I would do it, which is not even the way it works. It's you got to pay this up front. You have to pay it when you book your cruise, the cruise line is charged. But I'm saying if the system was, if your ship is there in Cozumel, in Nassau, and you had to pay $60 to get off the ship to go do whatever you wanted to do, I would probably say, no, I'm not going to do it. There's not many places I would pay the $60 for. I wanted to show you this, though, because fees are associated with countries around the world. The $5 fee in Cozumel is a minimal fee, even though a lot of you were upset about it yesterday. I wanted to just share that $5 is really at the low end here. $5 per person is not too bad. $60 per person. Let me ask you this, Islanders, as we close the show. Is there any port of call, any destination that you would pay $60 to visit? You would pay that $60 fee because you like it so much. Grand Turk, Ember Cove, St. Thomas, St. Martin. Let us know what you think, what you would pay, where you would pay to visit in the comments section below. That is the cruise news for today. We hope you enjoyed it. If you made it this far, we ask that you like the video. Of course, if you have cruise friends and family, if you're in Facebook groups, share this video with others. We have all kinds of content that they would love and they would enjoy. We'll have the next part of our vlog, traveling in Europe, cruising in Europe on the Sun Princess. It will be out tomorrow. We can't wait to share that with you. And we can't wait to see you in the comments section below on our Facebook page and tomorrow right here on Island Time.